The so-called bromance between President Trump and Kim Jong-un might be headed to couples counseling. North Korea's state-run newspaper yesterday accused the United States of staging military drills to prepare for an invasion, while at the same time pursuing a dialogue with, quote, a smile on its face. The U.S. called the allegation far-fetched, but the propaganda piece came just 2 days after President Trump canceled Secretary of State Mike Pompeo's trip to North Korea. So, is this just a bump in the road, or is it time to call a tow truck? Joining me now is the author of Nuclear Showdown, Gordon Chang. Gordon, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, Guy.
Well, we were talking during the break. You view this development as a positive thing. Why?
Well, first of all, North Korea was willing to make some symbolic steps, but they weren't really willing to engage the United States in talks about giving up their weapons. And so we had to pivot sometime, and President Trump, I think, pivoted earlier rather than later. That's a very, very good thing, because while we were giving Kim this opportunity to actually do the right thing, we had China, Russia, and South Korea actually violating sanctions. They were very open about it. They sort of thought it was open season on the U.S. I'm very happy that President Trump has said, look, I'm taking control of this situation again.
You mentioned this pivot from Trump. What precipitated that? Why all of a sudden all the glad handing and some people saying he went too far in cheering Kim Jong-un, and now, boom, the trip's canceled, he's unhappy. What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but clearly it happened quickly, because on Thursday, President Trump talks about this new North Korea envoy, and he has the trip for Pompeo going to Pyongyang. And all of a sudden on Friday, we get the tweet which says, look, I've canceled the trip.
Is there intelligence, something the North Koreans are up to?
I think that President Trump knew exactly what was going on for quite some time. He actually said, look, he's going to give Kim a one-shot opportunity. Our president said that in June. And the North Koreans just blew the chance.
Okay, so I guess that goes to my next question. Now what? Is this whole offer, this whole attempt, this gambit blowing up, or does Trump see this as part of the dance?
Well, it could be part of the dance. We saw in May, for instance, when Kim was really misbehaving, that very provocative language out of Pyongyang, President Trump said, look, I'm canceling the June summit. The North Koreans immediately, within hours, turned conciliatory. Now, this could be the same thing, but I hope that what we're going to go back to is this pressure campaign, because, starting from the end of May, the United States actually relieved pressure on Kim. We didn't go after his front companies. We allowed the Chinese and Russians to openly violate these sanctions. The South Koreans thought they could do the same thing. Things really went sideways. So I do hope we go back to maximum pressure.
Yeah, and I think that one of the positive elements of all of this was keeping the North Koreans guessing and off balance. Maybe they were getting a little careful, felt like they were getting away with stuff, and now, surprise, President Trump has pulled a new card out of the deck. Gordon Chang, thank you so much for your time tonight.